guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back again with me in another video. I'm Nabila Amanda as a college student of English Education Department in Syarif Hidayatullah, Jakarta. And today, I want to retell the story from the novel I have read for my reading assignment. The title of this novel is The Inferior by Peadar or Guilín. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, because I don't know how to spell his name. This book was published on September 6, 2007 by Corgi Books. You can see that. By Corgi Books. The genre of this book is science fiction. Since the genre of this book is science fiction, there is so many word or phrases that appears when I retell the story to you guys. So, before we get into the plot, I want to let you know about some characters in this novel. This book tells about, like, you want to eat or be eaten. The tribe is not new to killing to survive and must hunt to the other species for their flesh, which is food. So this book tells about a tribe of humans live in the city with 4 sections containing completely different species. The first one is a human tribe, which is a human, pure human, but they survive their life by eat flesh from another tribe, like a cannibal. And the second is the armorbacks. Armorbacks are one of the dangerous creatures that inhabit the underground tunnels where the human tribe reside. They are depicted as large armored creatures with powerful jaws and a fearsome demeanor. Armorbacks are known for their aggressive nature and their ability to pose a significant threat to other species. Next is the hare beast. A hare beast is another type of creature that exists in the underground world. Hare beasts are depicted as large, hairy creatures with long, tangled fur covering their bodies. They are known for their keen sense of smell and their ability to track scents. And when talk about hare beasts, it reminds me of, Hagrid's brother. You can see him on the Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I imagine the hare beast like that. And next is the hoppers. The hoppers are yet another type of creature that inhabits the underground world. Hoppers are depicted as frog-like creatures with powerful hind legs, enabling them to make impressive leaps and jumps. They have a unique ability to traverse the treacherous terrain of the tunnel with agility. And other human's character is Stopmouth. He is a young man from the human tribe. Stopmouth is named because of his stuttering way of speech. He is generally looked down by the rest of his tribe because of this. So many of them think his speed is unmatched in the tribe. And there is also Wallbreaker, Stopmouth's brother. He is very observant and prefers to hunt methodically using traps rather than using sheer force. By using his cunning intellect, he becomes chief after Spear Eye's untimely death. And yep, there is Spear Eye, the chief of the human tribe, and Indrani, a mysterious woman who falls from the sky. Most members of the human tribe are fearful of her dark skin and abnormally perfect figure. She can't speak the language, and because of this, she can't communicate with human tribe, but as time goes by, she begins to learn the language. And there is also Mosshurt as Wallbreaker's wife. Wallbreaker's wife, and Faraha, a man of similar complexion and perfection to Indrani, a member of Stopmouth's new tribe of humans and a secret member of Indrani's old roof tribe. Okay, let's get into the story. The story begins with Stopmouth and Wallbreaker meet with the armorbacks. They try to escape from the armorbacks, and Wallbreaker left Stopmouth at that time and headed back to his territory. And he told his mother that Stopmouth might not survive the armorbacks, but it turns out that Stopmouth can return to his house and reunite with his mother and brother. At that time, Wallbreaker also held a wedding with Mosshurt. And as we know, there is a vast variety of different species of sentient creatures, all of whom either have made alliance with the humans or hunt them as a source of food. In return, in order to survive in that barbaric world, the humans hunt other species and trade flesh. Like the humans trade the weakest and most useless member of their tribe to other species as a source of food. This tradition known as volunteering, and it is considered shameful to attempt to resist being volunteered for the good of your tribe. And one day, because there was a battle between the armorbacks and the hairbeasts, Wallbreaker spoke to Spear Eyes that there was a possibility that the armorbacks would attack them if the hairbeast species became extinct. So Wallbreaker suggested to Spear Eyes to do a hunt for their dwindling food stock, and Spear Eye also allowed him to do the hunting. Along with Stopmouth and Rogueface, they attack the Hoppers by tricking them using a blood skin trick, and they get a lot of flesh for the human tribe food stock. And after hunting, they meet a woman named Indrani. Indrani fell from the sky when one of the mysterious globes that fly across the roof explode, and she is expelled from it. The human tribe believes her to be slow or stupid because she cannot speak their language, and their experience has been that there is only one human tribe, so they think that she is a beast. And she was taken to their territory and she was going to be volunteered, but Wallbreaker took her as a wife, protecting her from being traded because, her beauty, and because one's status is raised when one has more than one wife, like that. Eventually, a great war ensues over a piece of technology known to the barbarians as the Talker. It allows different species to communicate with each other, thus making them easier to coordinate alliance with. It eventually gets to the point where most of the species opposing the humans are destroyed, and Wallbreaker, who have been elected chief by this point, takes possession of the Talker, which becomes a coveted artifact, and Stopmouth, who has come to love Indrani and resent Wallbreaker for taking her before he did, steals Indrani from him, and he is pursued across the land by his tribe until they eventually lost their pursuers. And Stopmouth, who have traveled to a distant part of the land, eventually becomes the surrogate chief of a tribe of religious humans who are on the verge of being wiped out by a strange race of creatures. With his help, they learn to fend for themselves. And Faraha, a member of Stopmouth's new tribe of humans, revealed toward the end of the book that he and Indrani comes from a tribe of humans who live in the roof, and actually watch the humans below fight for their lives as a form of entertainment. That's why I said before that the creatures live at underground world. And yep, Stopmouth is devastated by this, but eventually they reconcile, as Indrani has come to a different view of his people and now holds a degree of respect for them where there had only been disdain before. And Faraha confronts Stopmouth while Indrani is being reclaimed by her civilized people. And yep, Stopmouth managed to kill Faraha, and at the end of the story, Indrani rubbed a drop of blood on Stopmouth's forehead, and he smiled and said, "Your blood has come back to me, and so will you." And Indrani fell with her glove and disappeared. The story was end. Yep, that's the story of this novel. And actually, I'm not a fan of science fiction book, and this is the first time I read that. I've always been lazy to read books with genres other than comedy, romance, and fantasy. But I chose this genre to see how far my reading interest has progressed. When I read half of this book, I feel exhausted. Like, they do a battle every day to survive, and you don't know when you will be chosen as a volunteer for the survival of your tribe. Maybe you know, but you have to pretend to be healthy, to be useful, so you don't get selected for volunteering, and it's so sad for real. But yeah, I think this book is also good. I'm wondered how the author can get inspiration to write this kind of story, so I will give this book 9 of 10 because this is my first science fiction book that I have read. Maybe that's all from this video. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you soon. Goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.